As I mentioned earlier, I still want to get the power transformer and the IF cans off the chassis, and most likely the coil assembly that you can see here that's got the trimmers on top. And what I'm thinking about doing, I'm going to go ahead and see what kind of shape the metal's in by using this cover that resided underneath this side of the chassis itself to protect the coils. Go outside here and wash it down, and then go ahead and soak it in some Evapo-Rust for a few days. And we'll just take a look and see if we've got pitting, or if mainly just surface or flash rust. After washing this off, the orange color, I think a little orange sherbet container here would be appropriate. And I'm going to just fill this up about halfway full. And then just continue to rotate this around inside the Evapo-Rust here. So we'll come back in maybe 8 hours or so and take a look at it. What a beautiful spring morning. Record low temps and a nice breeze here. We'll dry up the grass here pretty quick, and I can get out and do some mowing here in just a bit. So while I'm waiting on things to dry out, let me go ahead and get the transformer out of the chassis here. You see this first lead here coming out of the power transformer. I'm going to go ahead and clip off. Goes back to the on-off switch here. Get some of these other caps out of the way. So I'll go ahead and snip that off, and we'll tag it as well here, just for future reference. I'll try to zoom in too, but check out this resistor here coming off of the speaker plug itself. And no protection here, just kind of mid-air. Going back over to that'd be the 6F5 tube. I'm looking at this upside down, but this would be my 6 volt winding here. This would tie back to the Victor 6 tube here, if I'm looking at my diagram correctly. So let me go ahead and cut this loose, this bigger lead here. And you can see that's going to pin number 1 right here. I'm going to just cut that as close to the solder connection as possible. And then we go ahead and wrap it with some tape as well. Yeah, it's not uncommon here. You can see the lead that I have marked green now, going to the heater of the Victor 6. Went to pin number 1, and you can see 1 is jumped to pin number 8, and 8 is tied to number 7. So that seems confusing. Pin number 7 should be the heater up here, but pin number 8 is grounded as well, that being the cathode. So just make a note of that. And then my other heater here for the 6.3 string off the transformer should be pin number 2. So starting here at the key, pin number 2 would be here. You can see this lead right here. Let me go ahead and cut this one loose and tag it as well. And let me be as gentle as possible here with these leads coming out of the transformer. Many times you'll find the lead dressings here just completely dry rotted. And let me just throw a piece of green tape over the top of this as well. The 2 in green here just indicating my 6.3 volt winding here. We'll just continue to stay on this outlet of the transformer here. And you can see I've got the 3 leads loose. And the 4th lead here, you can see it rotating through. This is probably going to be my other side of the primary. And you can see it goes back over to the speaker plug itself, right here on the back. And indeed, you can see it's tied back into the same location. Here is my line input voltage. So let me go ahead and snap this loose right here. And we'll double check these as well just to make sure I'm not incorrect, but I'll go ahead and tag this with some black tape here for now. And you can see here I've got another lead that comes out of the transformer here on the back side, goes back over to the speaker plug at this location, and of course this is where I clipped the capacitor as well, the Philco cap that had been placed in the receiver at some point. You know, it's real hard to see this on camera, but the other side of the transformer here for the 5 volt winding here for the filament of the 5Y3 tube, which resides here, goes back to pin number 2. So let me go ahead and snip this lead right here to pin number 2 on the 5Y3. And get it routed back up through here. And you can see here I'm just throwing a little blue tape on there for now. Let's locate the other side here of the filament. And the other side here of the filament for the 5Y3 tube located here. Real hard to see the way these things are bundled down. Goes right back here to pin number 8. So let me go ahead and cut this loose as well. And I'll tag it with blue as well. And one more lead here left. This goes to pin number 6 on the 5Y3, which will be one of the plates. So 8, 7, 6. Let me get that out of the way, and I'll just use some red tape on that to indicate the high voltage side. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can get this transformer out of here now. And there we have it. And just for a visual reference here on how it's removed from the chassis here with my what I believe to be my primary leads up here. See the different color tapes for reference for now. We'll do some additional tests here on the transformer after we get it cleaned up. Alright, let's look at the metal piece here. I'm just under 8 hours here doing some derusting at room temperature. And you can see the Evapo-Rust is definitely working. I'll let this soak for a couple more hours and I'll flip it around, do the other side. And then in my next video, we'll do a little scraping on this and see how well this cleans up. And maybe this will give us an indication how to move forward with the chassis as well. Thanks for watching, folks.